Okay, so I got the metal cut out of the bumper, and I've gone ahead and kind of tapped in my little recess rings, and they fit up just fine. Cutting this out was a big pain in the butt, and part of that was the tool that I used. So this thing was terrible. I mean, the tool is fine, it is Harbor Freight, but the tool is fine. It is a Harbor Freight saw blade in there, and generally their consumables are pretty terrible. I do, you know, I go cheap and I buy the tools, but the consumables like these saw blades or grinding discs or cutting discs, I usually go and get brand names. So I think part of the problem was these Harbor Freight consumable saw blades, but it took me about 30 minutes per hole to get them cut out. But thankfully now that's done, and like I said, I got the rings set in place, and you know, they fit up pretty well. There's not a gap. I mean, there is a gap there, but it's not something that is super wide. I can fill that with weld. This, you know, the rings are 1/8 inch and the bumper's 1/8 inch material, so it's not likely that I'll burn through. So I got all I gotta do next is start welding these in. So I'll get going on that, and then I'll shoot some more video. Alright, I got a series of tack welds holding these recess rings onto the bumper, and you'll notice down here how the recess ring sticks above the bumper. There's a little bit of a radius here in the bumper. So what I'm going to do is take my grinder and grind the recess rings down to match that bumper. And I didn't put any tack welds there because I'd really just be grinding them off when I would grind down this area. So just to have a stronger weld, I'm going to get this recess ring level with the surface of the bumper and then start doing my welding. It'll just be easier and a little bit less to grind off, and it'll make for a stronger weld. So that's where I am so far. So I'll get grinding on these and then weld it and shoot more video. Okay, I've got those raised areas of the recess ring ground flush with the bumper, and then of course put a couple of tack welds in place. And then up here at the top, where the rings are actually welded together, around the perimeter I just put a couple little stitch welds on both sides. And the reason I'm going to leave it like this for now is because I'm really pretty low on shielding gas, and so I kind of want to work on some other stuff because it's going to be a few days before I have the time to go to the store and get a new bottle. So I'm going to leave them like this in case I do run out of shielding gas. Then I'm not, I'll still have at least some work I can do, like grind out the little weld right there and do some cleanup. So now what I'm actually going to do is start showing you how I like to shave these bumper bolts. So they just drop in like that, and we're going to clean them up, shave it off, and get these bolts actually welded to the bumper.